as well as local experts who can tell us what's happening on the home front. We will be providing you some good information this morning to help you get the lay of the land. But for the Foundation and for the Office on Aging, the real mission of this summit is to have you share with us and each other your own thoughts, ideas, questions about how these issues impact each of us and all of us, and how together we can move forward. We will speak to you this morning, but from noon to 3, we will be listening for shared ideas and vision from which we can begin to mobilize a community-wide effort towards change. You've been invited because you represent a broad cross-section of perspectives in this community. This is a very heterogeneous group, and we do not expect you to see all these issues in the same way. And in fact, we hope that you do not see them in the same way. What we hope is that your different points of view will challenge us to think different. We need your help to understand how to move out of that circle and persuasively engage those stakeholders to join us. And what you have to say here today will be very important in how we determine the direction that the county is ready to take towards shaping a future where aging residents, and I might remind you, that includes everyone in this room, aging residents can thrive. That's the plan. I'd like to introduce Margaret Long, who is Program Manager for the Larimer County Office on Aging. But before I give her the floor, I do want to acknowledge Margaret and her incredible staff and her wonderful board for the encouragement and technical assistance and financial and moral support they have given our board as we have worked in the past couple of years to develop our capacity to face these challenges. Thank you, Margaret.
And thank you, Bonnie. Good morning. And let me also extend my warmest welcome and thank you for joining us this morning. Many of you are fully aware of the role of the Larimer County Office on Aging because we interact with you regularly to address those needs of aging. For those of you who are not familiar, our mission is to assist older adults, age 60 and over, in maintaining health, dignity, independence, and quality of life. We do this by advocating, planning, coordinating, and delivering services and programs with the emphasis on meeting the needs of those who are socially and are economically disadvantaged. We're on the ground. We come into contact with the needs of our senior citizens every day. And I can tell you it's just a bit overwhelming to respond to what's happening with our older citizens these days as they try to deal with aging issues like healthcare, housing, and other support services. Of course, the current economy places an extraordinary burden upon such people and upon the whole community. But just now, imagine what happens when you take those same kinds of burdens and increase them by as much as 50% in a few short years. And you will hear later the demographics that support that. In late 2006, I was busy writing the 4-year plan required under the Older Americans Act, and absolutely overcome with what needed to transpire in the near future to assure that we could not only meet the current needs of seniors and their loved ones, but plan for the coming silver tsunami. As someone who has spent almost 43 years working in human services at the county level, I reflected that the most positive outcomes I had seen were from the formation of community-based partnerships. With this in mind, the Office on Aging approached the Foundation on Aging and asked if they would join us in working to plan for the future and create solutions. I can't tell you how happy I was when they said yes. Over the last couple of years, we have jointly met with many of the providers of basic senior services who also have joined us in this venture. Now we are inviting the community as a whole to join us in this planning process. Today we will hear about the impact of this silver tsunami, and today we will come together not only to learn, but to engage in a common mission and a common vision. How will we shape the future of Larimer County as we age? My vision is not about the problems, but also the innovative ways that we can make use of the assets and resources that are here in Larimer County. After all, we all age, if we're lucky, and we all aspire to something that becomes more precious as we age, a high quality of life. Thanks again for being part of the positive energy that I know will flow from this Summit on Aging.